And welcome in to Hobbs Lady Eagles Softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan, and thank you for watching and listening this afternoon. We are here at Sportsman's Field in Hobbs, and it's time for Lovington at Hobbs. So trying to call it right down the middle, be fair and impartial with both of our Lee County teams. It's always a challenge when Lee County teams play each other. We're rooting for everybody, but we want everybody to do well. So let's hope that everybody brings their A game. It's early in the season, of course, and let's run down the lineups for you. And as the announcers are doing the announcer, I believe that's actually head coach Anthony Boyle who's doing the announcements of the team, and they're out getting ready to do the national anthem. So we're just about through with that. So we'll just go ahead and get ready for this. We say a big thank you to our sponsors. You will see the logos on the screen. You'll see the banners, the logos. Take a minute to appreciate them for their support of Lovington and Hobbs Athletics. So thank you very much for both the Lovington and the Hobbs sponsors. All right, let's going to turn things down, take a break for the national anthem, and we'll be back to get this game underway. And welcome back to Lovington and Hobbs softball here in Hobbs. And we will start your lineup is number 2, Anahi Quiroga, playing catcher and batting first. Batting second is number 4, Honey Morales, playing second base. And batting third is number 17, Zabri Rodriguez, who's at shortstop. Batting fourth for Lovington is number 9, Jocelyn O'Gean at first base. Batting fifth is 16, Yaya Garcia at third base. Batting sixth is number 6, Emery Ellis in center field. Batting seventh is number 11, Daphne Urahara, who is your designated player. Batting eighth is 21, Bailey Garcia in left field. Batting ninth is number 3, Bethany Tavera, who's in right field. And number 5, Sabri Sanchez is your flex player, and she is pitching. Your bench, number 1, Paisha Gonzalez. Number 8, Delilah Reese. Number 12, Braylon Hernandez. 15 is Leslie Corral. Number 19 is Andrea Hernandez, or Andrea. 21 is Ivory Lopez, and 23 is Johanna Ochoa, under head coach Stephen McCraw. And let me set up your battery first for Hobbs. It is Amaya Chavarria in the circle. So let me write that down as I finish my book, as I'm talking to you. And Edith Chavez, number 1, Edith Chavez, is going to be catching for Hobbs. And let's see, at first base is number 9, Allison Garcia. And the first batter is up in the box. I'll finish getting the field set here as Abby Zambrano is at second base for Hobbs. And the first pitch is a call, strike 1 on Anahi Quiroga. So your count is 0-1. Let's see. And that's going to be high and away for ball 1 to even up the count. Let's see, at shortstop for Hobbs is going to be Kaya Boyle, number 13. And at third base for Hobbs is going to be Jackie Fuentes, number 5. So Fuentes on third. And that was a strike on the outside corner. So a 1-2 count now on Quiroga, the catcher for Lovington. A beautiful ground ball hit right to third base. A nice scoop and a good throw. Fuentes over to Garcia. 5-1 in the books for the first out. Nicely played. Nice solid contact. And sometimes that's what you want. I mean, it's great to get a hit, but sometimes you just want to prove, okay, you know, here's what I did. Quiroga was able to have solid contact with the ball, and a medium speed grounder. But it was nicely fielded and played for 1 out for Hobbs. And Quiroga stopped and talked to Honey Morales a little bit about probably the pitches, the plate, the calls, the ump, the wind. I mean, there are a lot of factors that when you're a batter that you'd like to know, and from other batters who have stepped up when you haven't. And the first pitch is going to be a strike on Morales, so 0-1 count. So we'll get my scorebook correct with 1 out. We're in the top of the first inning. 1 out. And an 0-2 count on Honey Morales' Lovington, trying to get something started at the bat, and Hobbs wants to get those outs. And Morales gets a piece of it, fouled straight over the box here, the media box, and the announcer's booth. And the count remains 0-2. And let me finish setting the field for Hobbs. That is number 8, Angel Jimenez in left field. Ooh, very nice pitch, but a little low. It did catch the outside corner, but low for a ball 1. And even with an 0-2 count, Honey Morales did not chase. She saw that coming in low, left it alone. 1-2 count. Rodriguez is on deck, Olguin in the hole. And that's going to miss a little high and outside as well. So even up the count 2-2. And Chavarria was way ahead in the count, so she had a couple of balls to give. And I think just seeing what Honey Morales was willing to chase and swing at or not. This one, yep, and a swing and a miss and a strikeout. So first strikeout for Chavarria, but Morales goes down swinging after working the count 2-2. So 2 outs now. Come on, my score bug is jumping around on me. Okay, let's just a little sensitive. And there, first pitch is going to be a hit. It's going to fall out deep between center and left field. Roll to the fence. Oh, a nice throw, though, as out there in center field. Nicely played and stopped. I mean, it was a hit. There was no way anybody was going to get to that. But Jimenez went over from center and coming over from left. It was a Jimenez from left. And nicely played. A good throw into second base. Rodriguez standing on second, though. A stand-up double. And that brings number 9, Jocelyn Olguin, to the plate. So 2 outs, 1 runner on. Olguin at the plate, Garcia on deck, Ellis in the hole. And there's a swing and a cut back to the backstop for strike number 2 as Jocelyn Olguin taking a couple of healthy swings, trying to make contact and not waste the runner and bring her in. Hobbs would like to go ahead and get this out and get back to the dugout. That's going to miss a little wide. But again, Chavarria way ahead in the count. Nice break on that action. It's a little too outside, didn't clip the corner, but a nice pitch to throw there and try to get her to chase. And that was a strike. A nice right over the plate, kind of at the knees. Olguin was ready for it. In fact, a little too ready. She pulled it all the way around past the Lovington dugout. Count remains 1-2. 2 outs, 1 runner on, second base, scoring position for Lovington. 0-0 your score here in the top of the first inning. And that's going to float up. Little change up as Chavarria took a little off of that, I think, hoping that Olguin would go ahead and her timing might be a little off and swing and miss at that. Olguin left it alone, so it counts 2-2. And brings the heat back, but it stays too low and on the inside corner for ball 3. So count full now on Jocelyn Olguin. Cleanup batter in the lineup It's Lovington trying to get a 2-out rally going and get a score across the plate. High fly ball is going to roll foul, giving chase, but it's going to go out. It's going to go out of the park over there on in the far right corner. Good hustle though over there. And my right fielder is the only one I hadn't written down yet for Hobbs. That's number 6, Ilea Treviso, out in right field. So the count remains 3-2. 3-2. Ooh. And she is going to take her base. And moving over on that was Zabri Rodriguez. So Rodriguez is on first. Olguin's on first. Rodriguez is on third. First and third. Runners on first and third. 2 outs. Yaya Garcia up to the plate. Swings and misses. And the first one was low and inside. So strike 1. Still 2 outs. Runners at first and third. Hobbs trying to keep Lovington from scoring. Lovington would love to come in and get a run or 2. And that is going to miss low, but a good job by Chavez for not letting it get by her. Otherwise, that might have green-lighted Rodriguez to try for home. So the count was 1-1 on Yaya Garcia. 1-1. 2 outs, runners at second and third. And contact, but it stays in the box, picked up by Chavez, so it is a strike. 1-2 the count now. Yaya Garcia at the plate. Ellis is on deck. Urahara in the hole. If Lovington gets that far, they hope they do. Hobbs hopes they do not. And there's a screamer down the third base line. It's a hit. It's going to go all the way out and left. It scores 1. It'll score 2. And it's a 2 RBI single for Yaya Garcia. So Rodriguez comes in. Olguin comes all the way around and in. And Lovington is up 2-0. So Yaya Garcia, 2 RBI single. And the first pitch to Ellis is popped up and out of play for strike 1. So 0-1 count. 2 runs in. Hobbs would like to seal things off and stop the damage right here. Lovington wants to keep the line going. That's going to be low and inside for ball 1. 1-1 the count. 2 outs. Garcia on first. She does not have a courtesy runner. She plays third base this season for Lovington. Oh, and a high fly ball. Got all of that. And Hobbs is probably very happy and relieved that that went foul and went all the way over the left field fence. Just a long strike 2 is what that becomes. 1-2. And a swing, and even though Chavarria took some speed off of that, and Ellis saw the changeup coming, and she leaned and tried to stop herself from swinging so early, but she still came around and pulled that one over to a foul over by the Lovington dugout. So 1-2 count remains on Ellis. And that's going to miss high and outside for ball 2. Not a bad idea to throw that pitch for Chavarria, although it looked like it might have hung up in her hand just a little bit, maybe a little late release, but not bad. She had a ball to give, and with 2 strikes on her, Ellis might have chased that. Makes just enough contact to stay alive, spun that ball back. So count remains 2-2. 2 outs, runner on first, 2-0 your score. Hobbs would like to get this third out, get in the dugout, and get their bats swinging and try to get those 2 runs back. Lovington wants to keep it going as long as they can. And there is a little contact right off the end of that bat and popped it up out of play. Count remains 2-2 on Zimri Ellis, playing center field for Lovington. I do need to go back and write my Hobbs center fielder down. That is number 3, Mariah Jimenez, out in center field for Hobbs. And another swing and contact with the ball this time. Goes back to the back screen and to the left. Count remains 2-2. Ellis hanging very tough at the plate, and hanging just as tough in the circle is Chavarria. Got a little battle going on here. Who's going to win it? A swing and a high fly ball out of play all the way over to the left. This one not as long a ball. Did not make it out of the park, but still a high, long fly. Count remains 2-2. 2-0 the score. 2 outs, 2-2 at the plate. And just the top of the first inning, though. A lot of softball left to play for these two teams. An early season matchup, and that is going to miss low right over the heart of the plate, but low, and that'll bring the count full. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count on Ellis, with Garcia still sitting on first base after her 2 RBI single. And that's going to be another foul. Caught that on the real inside of the bat, just above her hands. That was a nice little breaking ball over the inside of the plate by Chavarria. A little more mustard on that. She's doing a nice job of varying her speeds in the circle there, but you know, Ellis is hanging tough at the plate and really watching carefully and at least spoiling off some to stay alive at the bat. And a swing and a little pop coming over from third is, oh! And man, she was running as full out. Fuentes came over from third base and got a glove on it, but she was running full out, and of course with the wind having to kind of gauge that, and she just lost that through the end of her glove. She had it was great fundamental. She had her other hand up there to try to trap that, but between running at full speed and knowing that she was getting close to the dugout, the fence as well. And there's another foul ball off to the left. So this is one of the longest at bats. Count remains full. And the wind has died down quite a bit. It's gusty. It's not steady. It's gusty. There's a little breeze that's steady, and then it gusts stronger at times. And it's blowing from right to left, from right field to left field as we look out. And another foul. And so Ellis picks that one up, heads it toward there. I'm going to check my book again because I know we have the Jimenez sisters. I guess they're sisters. Don't know if they're sisters or cousins, but I've got Angel Jimenez in left field and Mariah Jimenez in center for Hobbs. So Jimenez, and they bat right after each other in the order for Hobbs as well, which Hobbs would like to get this third out and get those bats swinging. And another foul. This one out of play off to the left for sure. And thank you, Evie Stuber, monitoring audio and video, just getting the message that audio and video are loud and clear. So thank you very much, Evie. Everything looked good on this end. I was just trusting that we were on and up. And a high fly ball out in left field. Going back. Jimenez going back. It hits the fence just inside, just enough to be fair. And Jimenez picks it up, throws it to third, overthrows, but back to get it is Chavez. And Yaya Garcia makes the trip over from first to third, comes in safely into third base, and that puts Garcia on third and Zimri Ellis on second base. A nicely hit ball, almost another 1.5 feet maybe, and it would have gone over. It hit kind of low on the fence, so it wouldn't have taken much more to get over the fence. After a long at bat, she has a double and brings up Daphne Urahara, your designated player for Lovington. So let me get my score bug back. Still just 2 outs. Just 2 outs. There are 2 outs. And the first pitch was a ball. This one comes in also a ball. 2-0 is the count. 2 outs. Runners on second and third. Urahara at the plate. Bailey Garcia on deck. Bethany Tavera in the hole for Lovington. A swing and a high fly is headed out to left field. Jimenez coming under it, and she's got it. So Jimenez, a high pop fly out to left. And finally, at least in Hobbs' view, that felt like it took a long time to play, mostly because of the one batter, Zimri Ellis, with a very long at bat. But fly out to left field, position 7 for third out, and that does it. But not before Lovington is able to put 2 runs across. And they do that on one 2, 3, 4 hits. No errors. And 2 left on base. So we will be back with the bottom of the first inning. Your Hobbs Lady Eagles coming to the plate in just a moment here. More Hobbs Lovington softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And welcome back to Hobbs Lovington softball here at Sportsman's Field in Hobbs. Bottom of the first inning, Lovington is leading 2-0, but Hobbs coming up to the plate for the first time. And the first pitch is in on your leadoff batter, Abby Zambrano. And it was a ball, and that misses outside as well. So 2-0 the count on Zambrano, who's looking to get on. Number 4, Abby Zambrano, your leadoff hitter, playing second base for Hobbs. Number 5, Jackie Fuentes, playing third base, is on deck. And number 13, Kaya Boyle, playing shortstop. Well hit ball is out of the park. A line drive home run between center and left field, and a solo homer. So a nice dinger for Abby Zambrano, who touches them all and comes across home. And Hobbs has a run, one of the 2 back that they need to get things evened up. And no outs. That was a well hit, a well solid hit. And unfortunately, we can't do that. She missed touching third base. Somebody saw that, and they threw the ball over. Yaya Garcia, playing third, touched it. So even though she did hit the ball out of the park, that is an out, and there is no run. And that's a shame. I am assuming that is how it goes. So unfortunately. And that's an odd one. You don't write that down in the scorebook very often. And I'm assuming that was everybody that I'm seeing says yes, that did not count. So can't get too excited going around the bases. You got to remember, look down, touch them all. That's why we say touch them all. And once you do that, it is, I think it's 2-2 now, but I was looking down trying to score this weird home run but no run in the book, so I missed some of it. And a foul, so we know that's at least 2 strikes. Let's see if he'll help us out. 2-2, right? Yeah, okay. I thought I saw that. I thought I saw his. A little dribbler goes back out to the mound. Sanchez picks it up and fires over to Ogeen for the second out. So that's 1-3 in the books for out number 2. That's going to bring up number 13, Kaya Boyle, to the plate. Kaya, it feels like we've been saying Kaya's name for a long time, for 8 years, but she has just been a good player early on. Oh, and a solid ball going out deep into the center field, but coming over and catching that. Oh, robbing her was center fielder out there, the center fielder, Zimri Ellis, who made a nice grab, a well-hit ball, solid. So Hobbs making contact, good wood on the ball, but did not able to get anybody on base. So they go 3 up, 3 down with a fly out to center field to position 8 for the third out. So no runs, and I think we count that as a hit, but not as a run because she didn't touch, because it actually becomes a runner error. So I think it's a hit, but not, we couldn't count it as the home run. So I'm going to double check my scoring rules and put that in there. So no errors unless you count the base running error. And nobody left on base. 2-0 is your score. We go to the top of the second inning. Lovington is leading Hobbs. We'll be back with more Hobbs Lovington softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And we're back. Top of the second inning. And it is Bailey Garcia leading things off. Playing left field for Lovington. It's Garcia to Vera. And then back up top of the order, Quiroga. So Garcia swings at the first pitch and fouls it off down the third base line for strike 1. Oh, and a line drive hit is going to hit right the bottom of the fence out past the left fielder. And that's going to be a well-hit single. Bailey Garcia hitting that ball, really smacking that solid wood out there. Solid contact on that. So she's on first base. And let's get this up to the second inning, getting my score bug right. And the first pitch on to Veta is fouled off for strike 1. So 0-1 the count. No outs, a runner on first. Number 3, Bethany Tavetta, and playing right field, batting in the 9th slot for Lovington. And swing and a line drive shot over the third baseman's head out in the left field. Nicely played. That's become a hot box right out there in left field, right through Fuentes Boyle, and then beyond out into left field as Lovington is just they're proving that they are hitters. Standing up and aggressively going after the balls and really pulling those mostly anywhere from center to left field and fouling off a lot down the third base line as well. So runners on first and second now. And the first pitch hit by Quiroga. A fly ball, high one coming over. Treviso from right field calls it. Jimenez from center was over there for support as well, but Treviso made the grab. Nice. It's a little hard to gauge in the wind, but she made a nice grab, and the runners stay at first and second. So Quiroga with a fly out to position 9 for out number 1 brings number 4, Honey Morales, to the plate. So 1 out. Morales struck out her first time at the plate, so she's looking for a little revenge here. But a pop to shortstop, easily handled by Boyle. She comes in on it and makes the grab. So Morales, who hit at the first pitch she saw, a pop out, but better than a strikeout. So maybe she'll look for a hit straight away on her next at-bat. Pop out to 6 for out number 2. And this is going to be a call strike on Zabri Rodriguez. So 2 outs, 0-1 count on Rodriguez. Olguin on deck and Yaya Garcia in the hole for Lovington. Oh, and a straightaway hit. Just narrowly missed hitting Chavarria, goes out to center field. Oh, and the throw in gets past Chavez, but it bounces off of the backstop. And Bailey Garcia stays put at third base. But a solid line drive single for Sabri Rodriguez. A line drive shot brings up Jocelyn O'Gean, who hit and scored her first time up. That's going to be a call strike with 2 outs, an 0-1 count. Runners at second and third for Lovington. And a hit is fouled out of play off to the right by O'Gean. That's going to be strike number 2. Bases are loaded now. Bases loaded. Rodriguez is on first. Bailey Garcia on third. And Tavera. Oh, and there's a line drive, a little grounder, hot grounder right up the middle. Is going to score 1. So it's an RBI single for O'Gean. As that scored Bailey Garcia from third and moved the runners around. Tavera goes to third, Rodriguez goes to second, and O'Gean on first. So bases loaded, and Lovington in the lead in this one, 3-0. Still 2 outs, though. So Hobbs needs to rally a little bit, just refocus. Remember, they just need 1 more out to get out of this at-bat and try to get in and get their own bat swinging. Lovington has really been a team of hitters over these last several seasons, and that's was really their offensive productions really helped them. And that's going to be a grounder that's going to go right between shortstop and third base. It will score 1. It will score 2 as the throw was too strong and too high over Chavez's head. So no chance at trying to get a runner at the plate. And that is going to score 2. So Yaya Garcia, who has a single, she actually advanced to second base on the throw in. So she has a 2 RBI single. But she advanced to second on the throw in, which managed to score. Sabri Rodriguez came in off of her hit, and then Jocelyn O'Gean came around from first and scored on the throw in. Yaya Garcia is on third. And let's see. Tavera scored as well. So there we go. So it is 5-0 now. So 5-0, 2 outs, runners at second and third. As Rodriguez there's a high fly ball. Is it over the fence? It is. It's out of here. Wow. So Zimmery Ellis with a 2-run homer. 3-run homer. Yeah. Wow. Yep, 3-run homer. All right. So the score now 8. 3-run home run for Zimmery Ellis with an out-of-the-park home run. And, wow, Lovington has just been lighting up Chavarria in this game. 2 runs in the first, 6 so far across the plate in this top of the second inning. And Daphne Urahara at the plate. Still 2 outs, so Hobbs just needs to get the 3rd out. Daphne Urahara represents Lovington batting around completely now with her at the plate. And a swing and a dribbler back to the circle. Chavarria picks it up, tosses over to Garcia. And now finally 1-3 in the books for the 3rd out. And for Hobbs, what has been a nightmare inning is done, or a nightmare at bat. What it was a solid, great at bat for Lovington is also over for them. They'll take the field again, and Hobbs will come in and try to rally, knowing they've got 8 runs, but they've got a lot of time to do it. It's just the bottom of the second inning coming up, and we'll be back with Hobbs Lovington softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Welcome back. In the top of the second inning, Lovington scored 6 runs on 6 hits. There were no errors and nobody left on base. And we go to the bottom of the second inning. Hobbs coming up to the plate. And it is the heart of the order for Hobbs, 4, 5, 6. Starting things off, number 1, Edith Chavez, your catcher for Hobbs. Number 9, Allison Garcia, your first baseman on deck. And number 6, Ilea Treviso, your right fielder in the hole. And the count on Chavez evened up at 1-1. So no outs, no runners on, 1-1 count. Bottom of the second, 8-0 is your score. Lovington leading this one. They broke things wide open with just hit after hit. And a 3-run home run. Wow. All right, catching my book up from the other side there. And the count is now even up 2-2 at the plate. That is Chavez trying to get something started for Hobbs. They need a lot of offensive production. A high fly ball, deep left. Going under it at the fence is Rodriguez. Or no, that is out in left field. I believe that is actually, yeah, that's Bailey Garcia out there. So Bailey Garcia, nice catch. She had to drift out to the fence. So again, good contact with the ball by Edith Garcia. Just a long fly out, becomes out number 1. A fly to position 7. That brings up number 9, Allison Garcia, first baseman, to the plate for Hobbs, right-handed batter. And a high fly ball out to center field, drifting over toward right. Oh, and a collision between players as I believe that was Jimenez calling for it, but Treviso coming over from right field as well. Luckily, nobody was hurt and nobody dropped the ball, so that was a catch by Jimenez. Or, wait a minute, that was a catch. Sorry, I'm saying Jimenez Ellis. So I hadn't finished my little diamond there. That is Ellis out in center field and Tavera out in right, and there's a high fly ball. It's going to go foul, giving it chase. Where's Tavera? Yes, that is number 3, Bethany Tavera, out in right field for Lovington. So that's Sanchez in the circle. Quiroga behind the plate, Olguin at first, Morales at second, Garcia at third, Rodriguez at short, Garcia in left, Ellis in center, Tavera in right, and another high fly ball. This one, Honey Morales calls it and drifts out into shallow right field. So 3 pop-ups, really, 3 fly balls as these Hobbs hitters are making contact, but they're all swinging up, and Sanchez with that spin on the ball. They're all hitting it up. And so far, they've been playable catches, whereas Lovington had been hitting more line drive shots and grounders and hitting in the holes. So 3 up, 3 down again. A fly to left, a pop up to short, to second base to end it with 3 outs. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. We go to the top of the third. Lovington coming up to the plate. They lead this one 8-0. Back with more Hobbs Lovington softball coming up in just about 30 seconds here on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And welcome back to Hobbs Lovington softball here at Sportsman's Field, Sportsman's Complex, actually. And this is the Hobbs varsity softball field. First batter up is number 21, Bailey Garcia. And another line drive shot at the feet of Jimenez out in left field. She picks it up, has a nice throw in. Well played. There was no chance. I mean, that was a solid shot that got out there in a hurry and landed in front of her. Don't know or think that she really had time to move up on that and try to catch that. So she did the right thing, I think, in playing the bounce and making a nice throw. But a good hit for Bailey Garcia. And Bethany Tavera batting ninth. Kind of showing not really a full commit to that bunt. And it was a ball, so 1-0. 1-0, no outs. A swing and a miss for strike one. So 1-1 the count now. No outs. A runner on first. Lovington leading 8-0. Ooh, swing and a miss for strike two. Chavarria starting to throw with a little more speed, I think. And that one was a nice pitch right over the outside corner. And this one more to right across the center of the plate, just a little on the inside. She kept it low. I think it would have been a strike, but it was a swing anyway. So 1-2 is the count. As that is going to be a call, strike three, and Tavera goes down looking. And that is out number one and strikeout number two for Chavarria in the game. And we go back up to the top of the order with number two, Anahi Quiroga, your catcher, coming up to the plate. And she hits the first one she sees. It's a fly ball coming up under it, coming all the way in from right field. Treviso, as she's got a good line on it, she called it in. And that's what you really want most of the time, is somebody who's running in on it. As long as they got room to catch it, it's easier to run in and gauge it than it is to try to drift behind you, to try to back up and catch the ball. So I think pretty good basics on that. Kiddo gave it a ride, but a fly out for out number two. Man, I tell you what, these Lovington girls are aggressive at the plate. They've all seen Chavarria now. They've batted around and are working on their third time through the lineup. And they're standing up there and making contact with it, even if it's fouling things off like there. So 0-2 count now with two outs and a runner on first. So Morales with an 0-2 count. Swing, and she lifts that one, pops it up out of play off to the left. Morales struck out her first time up. She popped out to the shortstop her second time at the plate. And so she is trying to level, and you can watch her taking a practice swing. She's trying to level that swing out somewhat instead of swinging up as she's been popping up. So 0-2 count. Chavarria would like to get her out, though. A swing, and this is going to be out of play as well. So 0-2 count remains on Henny Morales. Looking for her first hit here in the game. She's watching her teammates smack that ball this afternoon. Doubles, homers, singles, line drive shots, hot grounders. Lovington just has the knack today of hitting the balls in the holes and keeping them out of play. Hobbs is making contact, but they've been catchable, fieldable balls. And a swing and a miss. She runs to first, but nice work by Chavez. She blocked it out, picked it up, threw it to first. So a strikeout, and that is out number three. So 4 up, 3 down for Hobbs, and strikeout number 3 for Chavarria. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Hobbs coming up to the plate, 8-0. Lovington leading this one. Back with more Hobbs Lovington softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And welcome back to Hobbs Lovington softball from Sportsman's Complex here in Hobbs. It's the bottom of the third inning. Hobbs trailing 8-0. They are looking to put some runs on the board, get their offensive production going. They have yet to bat through the lineup once, as we're at 7, 8, 9 due up. Jimenez, and Valenzuela. Sounds like a law firm. And woo, I thought that caught the inside of the corner, and I think some of the Lovington faithful did. But at the plate, Jimenez did not offer, and the ump decided that was a ball. Sometimes things are not as they appear from up here. And a swing and out of play for a strike on that one. So 1-1 the count. As Angel Jimenez, first appearance, trying to get something going for Hobbs. Makes contact, dribbles that off over to the Lovington dugout for strike 2. Sanchez is not a pitcher who normally will blow you away with speed, but she has a lot of natural spin on her ball, and it's a little bit difficult sometimes. You've really got to hit it straight away to get contact and a hit off of it. And there's a high fly ball. Whoa! Coming over to Vera from right field, running flat out. I did not think anybody was going to be able to get that. The wind was playing with it. It was drifting further and further over toward the right field fence. And Tavetta with a nice play. As you know, Lovington, everything is just going their way this afternoon. They're playing well, but they also just seem to have the luck and the knack and the momentum with them. So Jimenez with a foul fly out to position 9, out number 1. And up next is number 3, Mariah Jimenez, center fielder. 1 out, nobody on. Hobbs looking to have that breakout at bat, which is what they want to start right now. And it starts with an attempted bunt. And, oh, did she get her? She tagged her. Olguin came in. She saw the bunt, and Olguin came in quickly, picked it up, and then reached out and tagged the runner as she went by and was able to get her. So Olguin makes that out herself. So it's position 3 unassisted on an attempted bunt by Mariah Jimenez. And Hobbs, I think that was a good call, just trying to get somebody on base and get something started. And now, bottom of the lineup as Marina Valenzuela, your designated player, up at the plate. And the first pitch is on the outside corner, strike 1. And a swat and a high pop coming under it as Morales at second base and makes the grab. So a pop out to second base ends Hobbs at bat. They go up 1, 2, 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. So we'll go to the top of the 4th inning. Lovington leading this one 8-0. We'll be back with more Hobbs Lovington softball action on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And welcome back to Lovington Hobbs softball. A couple of announcements to talk about before we get this top of the 4th inning started. Hobbs Schools made the announcement earlier this afternoon that because of the expected wind, the very high winds, and the expected power outages and power shutoffs, actually, that they just dismissed school for tomorrow. Of course, next week is spring break, so it just becomes an early spring break. And so no classes tomorrow and spring break next week. So that announcement made by the Hobbs schools earlier today. There's a high fly ball headed out to dead center. Jimenez is there. Under it, makes the grab. Nice catch. Zabri Rodriguez was solid contact, but it goes right out to center field, and Jimenez able to grab that one for out number 1. So a long fly out to position 8 for out number 1 here in the top of the 4th, actually. Sorry about that. I had my score bug and inning behind. And that bounces up. Bounces in front of the plate and then back up. Chavez has to go back for it. Nobody on base, no harm. So 1-0 the count. 1-0, 1 out. Hobbs would like to make quick work of Lovington in this and get back and try to get their bats and their runs going. Lovington would like to just add to their 8-0 score here. Jocelyn O'Gean at the plate. And that's a call. Strike on the outside corner. Nice pitch. Call strike at the knees. Chavarria throwing a good one there. O'Gean giving it a look. And now picks this one up. A high fly ball headed out between center and right. I think that's Treviso calling for it. She does. And she makes the grab. She's made a couple of good grabs out there in right field as well for Hobbs. So they're defensively, you know, they're playing. They're solid. They've fielded and played these balls that Lovington has hit about as well as you could. This is just kind of the way it goes sometimes. And Yaya Garcia with a pop coming in on it from shortstop is Boyle. Makes the grab for out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down. 2 fly outs to the outfield and an infield pop to the shortstop and 3 outs. And now Hobbs with a chance to get those bats swinging. And welcome back to Hobbs Lovington softball as Lovington goes 3 up, 3 down in their at-bat in the top of the 4th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Bottom of the 4th, and it is 6, 7, and 8 to do up for Hobbs. First pitch is a hit. Finds its way straight through to center field. Picked up by Jimenez and thrown in. Oh, wait a minute. Picked up by, I'm sorry, yes, yeah, that is right. Picked up by Ellis, I'm sorry. Picked up by Ellis, actually. And that was Abby Zambrano to lead things off for Hobbs. So Zambrano with a leadoff single. She's on first. Nicely hit. This may be the breakout inning that Hobbs is looking for to start scoring some runs as Jackie Fuentes, your third baseman, up to the plate now. That is going to miss outside for ball 2. So 2-0 the count. And I have a score in from the state basketball tournament. Sandia 71, Hobbs 39. And another long hit ball right out to center field. Ellis comes up under it and makes the grab. So Jackie Fuentes getting good contact on that. A high fly ball, but that is Ellis with the grab out there. A fly out to center field for 1 out. So 1 out, 1 on. 1 out, 1 runner on. Kaya Boyle to the plate. And Sanchez taking a lot of speed off of that. The ump takes his time and decides it hit the outside corner for call strike 1. So 0-1 the count. Now Chavarria bringing the heat and hitting almost the same spot, though, with a faster ball on the outside corner for call strike 2. Boyle behind in the count now, but she's a hitter. 0-2 count, runner on, and she swings at that, makes contact, fouls it off. Really, I think mostly to spoil it off, defending the plate with 2 strikes on her, had to make sure that wasn't going to be a call strike there on the outside corner. So stays alive at the plate, 0-2 count. 1 out, a runner on, a chance for Hobbs to get some runs across. They trail 8-0 here and running out of time here. Let's see, bottom of the 4th inning, a nice line drive shot out to deep right, and it is gonna fall outside of Tavera's reach. She dives for it. It goes back to the fence. She makes the throw in, ends up playing that pretty nicely out there. It could have been a lot worse for Lovington. Hobbs was hoping that maybe she was gonna lose it out there in the corner and bring a run or 2 in. As it is, it's a nice hit for Boyle. So she's got a double. She's standing on second base. She moves Zambrano around over the 3rd, and that brings up the cleanup hitter, number 1, Edith Chavez, your catcher. So 1 out. That's going to miss. It's a little high and outside. So ball 1, 1-0 count. Nicely hit ball. Kaya Boyle with that double out in right field. And a swing and a fly ball out to center, and it's going to get over Ellis's head, hit the fence. She's going to play it and throw it in, but not before it scores a run. So Chavez has an RBI double. As the throw came in, just not quite in time to get her at second base. So Zambrano comes in, Boyle moves to 3rd, and Garcia is sitting at 2nd. Oh, a shoestring catch there. I didn't know if Honey Morales was going to have time to get to it and hang on to it. As she robbed Garcia of that. It's going to bring up Ilea Treviso. So 2 outs. 1 run across for Hobbs. They're on the board, 8-1. And that is going to miss outside for ball 1 to Ilea Treviso. Let's see, Treviso had a pop fly out to second base to Honey Morales, her first time up. This is just her second plate appearance. Jimenez is on deck and Jimenez in the hole. A nice hit ball right up, a grounder, hot one, straight up the middle. The throw comes in. It's going to be over Quiroga's head and tagging up and waiting to go ahead and come in depending on the throw. And so nice, as that's going to be a 2 RBI double. 2 RBI double now for Treviso, who's on second. That scored Boyle. That scored Chavez. Chavez had to kind of wait and see. And brings up Angel Jimenez to the plate as Lovington taking a moment in a huddle. 3 runs across for them now. 2 outs. They just need to get that 3rd out. But so did Hobbs in that second at bat for Lovington, when Lovington poured it on and got 6 runs and almost all of them happened with 2 outs. So Lovington thinking about it, talking about it. Well, Okay, yep, it was. And that third out called. So and we're back for Hobbs Lovington softball action. A little bit of confusion at the end of that at bat for Hobbs, as we have currently 3 runs on the board, but the third out was called. And a swing and a big cut, a line drive shot out into shallow left. And that is going to put Zimri Ellis on first base. So a solid single, line drive single, puts her on first. And now Daphne Urahara at the plate and Bailey Garcia in the hole. 6, 7, and 8 up to start things off for Lovington here in the top of the 5th inning, as there were 4, as a nicely hit ball out between center and left field. Coming around third, that is Ellis, headed for the plate, and she does score. So Daphne Urahara with an RBI double. Daphne Urahara with an RBI double stands out on second base. And it makes it 9-4. I believe that we've got a complete reset of the scoreboard going on, and there was some confusion there at the end of that at-bat for Hobbs on exactly how that third out was made. And I want to make sure that our camera is still catching everything as well. The wind has been kind of blowing through here in the booth, and I'm sorry, it's catching the sun is in the wrong spot, and it is catching here. There's nothing I can do about that. It's just gonna be a little blind spot out there, and very hard to see, as that has become very blurry as well, and I don't know why. And I think it has to do something to do with that sun coming in at the angle, right? When I block out the sun, it clears, and I don't really want to stand here and block out the sun. I got other things I need to be doing besides standing with one of my hands out here trying to block the sun. But without doing that, it's going to get blurry and very messy. But I'll do what I can. I will do what I can. So they're still redoing the score, and I think that they didn't allow 2 of those runs that Hobbs scored. So, and because I think there might have been a batter or something out of order, I'm not quite sure on that. But so they did not allow 2 of the runs that were scored. So I'm going to have to go back, and I believe the actual score is 9-1, Lovington. 9-1 is your score, and a 1-2 count now on number 3. That's Bethany Tavera at the plate. So a 1-2 count. And a swing and a miss high. A little high and outside, but chasing it and striking out. And that is and I believe that's it should be 2 outs. And top of the lineup is back up. We're going to go with it. So 1-2 the count. On a Nahi Quiroga, 2 outs. Yes, I was pretty sure. So 1-2 count, 2 outs. That's right. 9-1. And it is the top of the order, a Nahi Quiroga for Lovington. And this is and a swing and a high ball is going to go foul. It's going to stay just inside the fence, but it is a foul. Just becomes a long strike. So 2 outs. 2-2 is the count. Yes. 2-2, 2-2-2, right across the board. As Quiroga trying to get a 2-out rally going here for Lovington, increase their lead, and a call, strike, a beautiful one right at the letters, right over the outside corner, and come. And welcome back to Hobbs Lovington softball action. I was telling you that we heard that the Hobbs basketball boys lost their game to Sandia, 71-39 final score. So that ends Hobbs' season. They will not play for the state championship on Saturday night. Still a wonderful first season for the Hobbs boys under first-time head coach Ronald Ross. And, they made it into the semifinals, just not to be this year. So Sandia, Sandia was seeded 3 in the tournament. Hobbs was seeded 2nd. So quite the battle there. Sounds like Hobbs just couldn't get untracked. But here we are playing softball. And in the bottom of the 5th inning, let me try to get the glare out again. And I'll keep the score, try to keep the score bug while I'm doing this in the book as well. There's a high fly ball. It's in the infield. Olguin is calling for it. Olguin comes up under it and makes the catch. So Jimenez with a pop out to position 3 in the book. Bring up Mariah Jimenez to the plate. Fastball by Sanchez misses outside for ball 1. So 1-0 the count. 1 out, nobody on. Valenzuela on deck, and then back up to the top of the order. And a foul tip. So that is 1-1 the count now on Mariah Jimenez, center fielder for Hobbs. As She bunted last time up, but was thrown out by Olguin. This is going to miss low and inside. So ball number 2. As Jimenez trying to get something going for Hobbs here. As they just need, I think that one really good couple of hits to break the ice and break things open for them. You can feel it, that they really want that. They've been making contact with the ball. A lot of high fly balls and long hit balls and some good hits. Just running out of time. A nice, just as I said that, a beautiful line drive shot. Really solid contact for Jimenez and puts her on first. Now she needs some help to bring her around and in. And that does bring up bottom of the order, number 14, Marina Valenzuela to the plate. And that is going to just miss, I think, a little bit low. It looked like it caught the outside corner, but I'm guessing that it was a little low down there. So that is ball number 1. So 1-0 count. A runner on first. Hobbs really needs, they've got a base runner. They need the timely hitting to bring her around. And a little contact off the end of the bat, out of play, off to the right for strike 1. As I continue to try to shield the glare of the sun coming into the booth here. And she waits on it. A grounder headed to second as Morales scoops it up. And then Lovington tries for the double play, not in time. They do cut off the lead runner, though. So that's out number 2 as Mariah Jimenez thrown out at second. 4 to 6, and then the throw to first, not in time. So Valenzuela reaches on the fielder's choice and brings up top of the order Abby Zambrano to the plate. She had a single and scored Hobbs' only run her last time up. So 2 outs now, and a 1-0 count, and a pop fly. Olguin calling for it, and Olguin grabs it. So Zambrano pops out to position 3 for out number 3. 4 up, 3 down, 1 hit, but no runs, no errors, and 1 left on base. Back with more Hobbs Lovington softball coming up on Lake County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And welcome back to Hobbs Lovington softball here at Sportsman's Complex in Hobbs. And in the bottom of the 5th inning, Hobbs had no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. So we go to the top of the 6th inning. Lovington coming up to the bat. It's number 2, 3, and 4 in order. And Lovington leading this one 9-1. Hobbs wants to make quick work of this and try not to allow Lovington to get any more runs. Lovington wants to just increase that. Continue to maybe get a couple runs in and score a 10-run rule. There's a hard hit, line drive shot between shortstop and third base, neither of them had a chance at that. Boyle and Fuentes, neither one could have gotten to it, as that was a hard line drive shot. And that brings up number 17, Zabri Rodriguez, to the plate. And she hits another line drive shot out. So Honey Morales with her line drive single, moved around by Rodriguez. And that brings up number 9, Jocelyn Ogeen. First ball, she fouls it off to the right. Again, I've talked about how aggressive these Lovington batters are, swinging at the first pitches, making contact with it, fouling off a lot of balls, but also sending a lot of balls in play. That's going to be low and inside. So evens up the count, 1-1. After the first one is foul tipped off to the right. 1-1 the count on Ogeen. Garcia on deck, Ellis in the hole. No outs. Lovington leading 9-1 here, top of the 6th inning. There's a grounder, a hot one. Boyle picks it up, flips it to second, and Hobbs turns the double. Beautiful. Lovely play. Textbook. It does move Morales over to third in scoring position, but Zabri Rodriguez thrown out at second, and Jocelyn Ogeen, the second victim of that double play, nicely turned. 6-4-3 in the books. And that is Yaya Garcia with a ball that may not have landed yet. She smoked one high with lots of room to spare over that fence out in left center. And that's Yaya with her second, with a home run. Yaya Garcia with a home run. And that scored Morales from third. So a 2-run home run for Yaya. And that makes it 11-1. It's a ball that was hit. Man, I tell you what, that's tough. As Boyle went back to try to get it, it was too far back for her to get and too far forward for Jimenez to be able to come in and get. I mean, it was just placed. Ellis just got lucky, hit one right where Boyle couldn't get it. And she comes up. She had to stretch really for that. And the ball before that, she really kind of looks like she stretched something a little bit. She's going to work it out. She says she's okay now, but she really had to, a couple of balls in a row there, really working hard. The Hobbs girls, and they're working hard out there. They're just not getting any traction here today as Lovington came to hit. So no error. Ellis sits on first with a single. And that is going to be a call. Strike on the outside corner. A beautiful pitch by Chavarria. And a called strike. We'll make it 1-2. Sorry. And a throw down to second. An attempted steal. Oh, and they got her. So Ellis thrown out at second. Nice throw by Chavez. And Chavez with a throw. 2-4 is the third out. So Lovington with 2 runs on 2 hits No errors, nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the, pardon me, bottom of the 6th inning, and your score is 11-1. Hobbs coming into the plate. They need to score. They need to score a couple here. They're in danger of being 10-run ruled. They're 10 runs behind right now. They need to score at least one to stay alive and give themselves another chance at bat. Let's see if they can break it out here. So 11-1, bottom of the 6th inning. And we'll be back with more Hobbs Lovington softball action as the wind is coming in. The sun is setting, the wind is coming in, it's kicking up. Allergies, I'm already a little sick today, so I'm doing the best I can here, and I know that sun is still having fits with the camera, so we'll do what we can to fix things up. We'll be back with more softball action right here. And welcome back. Bottom of the 6th inning here as Hobbs comes up to the plates. 2, 3, and 4 due up for Hobbs. Swing and a little bouncer over to Garcia at third. She picks it up, a little chopper by Fuentes, and 5-3 in the books for out number 1. Hobbs may be down to their final 2 outs here. They've got to get at least a run on the board. 1 out. And that brings up number 13, Kaya Boyle, to the plate. She had a double and scored her last time, hit a long fly ball out to center field for an out for her first. So she's 1 for 2, and that is going to be a ball. She leaned on it, thought about it. The ump thought about it too. Called that a ball. 1-0 the count on her. 1 out, nobody on. A swing, and it's going to end up being fouled down the line for strike 1. So 1-1 count. One out, nobody on. Bottom of the 6th, Lovington is leading this one 11-1. A lot of ones out there on the board. 11-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Only thing spoiling it with one of those curve numbers is bottom of the 6th. And that one is going to drop in, and what does he call? I guess it's a ball, yeah. I know, I thought so too. Thank you. I thought maybe I'd missed it, so I'm glad. 2-1. Just kind of shrugged his shoulders. Lovington faithful wanted him to call that a strike, but I think he said it ended up falling not through the strike zone and a little bit to the inside. And the next pitch is also a ball. 3-1 the count now. Pardon me. A swing and a fly. Line drive. Nice, solid shot out to center field is going to hit the fence. And Kaya Boyle with a well-hit ball, but played nicely off the fence and thrown in to keep her at first base. So 1 out, 1 on. Edith Chavez to the plate. Chavez had an RBI double her last time up. She had a fly out to left field her first time up. She's 1 for 2. And the first pitch is outside for strike for call ball 1. Ball 1-0. 1 out. Runner on first. A swing and a high shot. Is it going to stay fair? It does not. It hits the fence. Just a couple 3 feet foul in left field for long. Strike number 1. Good solid contact on that though for Edith Chavez. Chavez had an RBI double her last time up. She hit that long fly out to left field. So 1 for 2 at the plate today. That's going to just be a little bit low. Drop a little outside the zone for ball 2. 2-1 the count. Or actually 2-1 the count. 2-1 and a swing, and that one, now it becomes 2-2 as that's fouled off toward the Lovington dugout. So 2-2, counts even. If she gets on, Garcia is on deck, Treviso in the hole. That is going to miss outside and run the count full. So 3-2 the count now on Edith Chavez. Hobbs would like to get something going here. And that's going to be a line drive shot over the head of Morales at second base and find its way out in the center field. Bobbled a little bit by Ellis out there, and the throw in not in time. So that's going to be an RBI. I'm going to call it an RBI double. I think that Chavez actually went to second on the throw in, but she does get Boyle in. So still 1 out, a runner on second. Hobbs did what they needed to do, get at least 1 run. Now it's 11-2, a 9-run lead by Lovington here in the bottom of the 6th, and still time for Hobbs. I've seen this team. Not this exact team. Of course, they lost some seniors last year, and this is early on in the season. But they have a lot of returning players. They're very capable, and I've seen this team be able to spark something up late in a game. So Allison Garcia to the plate. Garcia comes up. She plays first base for Hobbs. She popped out to the second baseman her last time up, flew out to center field her first time. She's 0 for 2 and due. A grounder over to Yaya Garcia, and the ball comes in. It bounces up. Olguin tries to corral it. It goes past her over to the Hobbs dugout. Just not able to keep a handle on that as Yaya was kind of rushed her throw just a little bit. It was on target, but it was short of first base. And Olguin's really good at being able to dig out those throws, but not this time. It just could not happen. And so it's going to have to be an error. Going to have to charge that error on the throw for E5. But it did score. It does move the runners around. Puts Garcia on second. So runners on second and third for Hobbs. And number 6 is Ilea Treviso, right fielder, up for Hobbs. She hit her last time up. She popped out her first time. And that is going to miss for ball number 2. So 2-0 the count on Treviso. Runners on second and third. Hobbs already with 1 run across in this at bat. They'd like to break things wide open here and just get a lot of runs across. Lovington would like to get another out or two and stop them. A little dribbler out to the circle. Sanchez picks it up, throws to first. Olguin then turns around, fires home, but not in time. Not in time to get the runner. So it's going to be a sacrifice. So Treviso hits a sack, and it wasn't a true bunt. It kind of acted that way. It was just a little dribbler. She swung away on it, but it was a sack. So out number 2, but it brought a run in, and it moved Garcia over to third. So 2 outs, but a runner scores, makes it 11-3, and that's a strike on Angel Jimenez. So 0-1 count, 2 outs, a runner at third, and that is going to miss outside for ball number 1. 1-1 the count with 2 outs. There will be a 7th inning. And there's a little dribbler again, goes out to the circle. Sanchez picks it up, And in time to get the runner, yes. As O'Gean grabs that, hangs on to it. Sanchez, I wasn't sure she was going to have time to field that, and she flicked a really strong shot over there to O'Gean, though. So 1-3 in the books for the third out. But Hobbs does manage to put a couple runs across on the board. So 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 left on base. We're going to go to the top of the 7th inning. Lovington leading 11-3. More Hobbs Lovington softball action coming up on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And welcome back. As top of the 7th inning, and it's 7, 8, and 9 due up for Lovington. A swing and a high fly ball headed out to center field. Jimenez calls it and grabs it. So nicely played. A long high fly ball by Daphne Urahara. On the first pitch she sees becomes out number 1 for Lovington. So nicely played. And that brings up number 22, Bailey Garcia, to the plate. She swings at the first pitch she sees. It's fouled off out of play to the right, and strike 1. So 1 out, nobody on, 0-1 count on Garcia. Tavera on deck, and then back up top of the order, Quiroga in the hole. A swing and a miss as Chavarria with a nice heat on that one. So 0-2 count on Garcia. A swing and fouls it straight back. Count remains 0-2 as Chavarria took a little speed off of that one, and Garcia made the adjustment, but not in time. Got a little contact on it, but spun it foul. And oh, did she go? Yes, the first base ump said she broke the plane. As with 0-2 count on her, Chavarria with a breaking ball, a nice fast pitch on the outside corner, and gets her, I believe that's her 6th or 7th strikeout. I'll go back and count that up. I believe that is strikeout number 7. As Garcia goes down swinging, though. 2 outs. Tavera at the plate. Tavera with 2 strikeouts, and she also hit a double and scored. So she's 1 for 3. A pop-up, calling it's the third baseman. No, calling it off is Chavez. Chavez the catcher, and she makes the grab as Fuentes was looking and judging, and Chavez also saw that she could get it, called it, and so a pop out to the catcher. Position number 2 for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on for Lovington. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Hobbs' last chance. They've got to find a way to put at least 8 runs on the board to tie it, 9 to win it. And we'll be back with more Hobbs Lovington softball action coming up on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And welcome back. It is final opportunity for Hobbs. They've got to find a way to put 8 runs on to tie, 9 to win here in the bottom of the 9th. As we get back to action here, bottom of the 7th inning. Bottom of the 7th. I say bottom of the 9th. All right, thinking baseball. First 2 pitches, 1-1 on Mariah Jimenez, number 3. At grounder to shortstop, Rodriguez picks it up, makes the throw to Olguin, and it's out, 6-3 for 1 out, and that brings up number 9, Marina Valenzuela to the plate. No, that brings up number 14, not number 3. Did I say number 3? Yeah, number 3, Jimenez just batted, but it is number 14, Marina Valenzuela to the plate. That was Jimenez, grounded out to the shortstop. And she picks one up and hits that one foul off to the left. It was over the inside of the plate. She hit it with the inside of the bat, just above her hands. Nice contact. She picked it up. Just needs to be able to straighten that one out. Hobbs needs base runners. 0-1 count, 1 out, nobody on. That is going to miss outside. And I do agree, I think that was outside. Nice pitch by Sanchez, but just a little outside, did not catch the corner. It's hard for the stands on either side to really gauge left and right. It's a little hard to see that, even sometimes up there. Now that one was a little closer to the plate, and the ump said it caught the corner. So 1-2 now the count. 1-2. That is going to miss outside. So 2-2. 3 pitches all right in the same neighborhood. Just little differences here and there on speed and placement for the count to be 2-2. And that is going to be fouled off sharply, out of play off to the right. Valenzuela protecting the plate, trying to find one that she could straighten out, get a hit on. Count remains 2-2. And Sanchez takes some speed off of that. Valenzuela leans on it but does not offer, and it's a call ball. 3-2, the count full now. So the air is starting to get quite a bit cooler here. Sun's down. Breeze is still with us. There's a foul down the right side. Count remains full. Valenzuela hanging tough at the plate. She is the designated player in this game, as Amaya Chavarria, the pitcher, was at the flex, not batting. And another hit off the end of the bat. Out of play, off to the right. Count remains full. 1 out, nobody on. Hobbs trying to come back in this final at-bat. They want to. That's going to be low and inside. And Valenzuela works the walk, and this is the first walk of the game, I do believe. This is the first one that I've written down, I believe. So Valenzuela on with a walk. No outs, 1 on. That brings up top of the order, number 4, Abby Zambrano, your second baseman, to the plate. Zambrano, then Fuentes, then Boyle. Hobbs would like to keep the line going with 1 out. A grounder headed for third. Garcia fires over to second as Lovington tries to turn the double play. Not in time, but they cut off the lead runner. That ball took a little too long to develop and get to Garcia, but she made a nice play and throw. So they cut Valenzuela off 5-4. 5-4 for the second out. And Zambrano reaches on a fielder's choice. And the first pitch comes in on Fuentes. And it's going to be a ball. So 1-0 as 2 outs now. 1-0 the count. Zambrano on first, reaching on the fielder's choice. That's going to be a little low. It did clip the outside of the plate, the corner, the outside corner, but a little low for ball 2. And a good eye for Jackie Fuentes. Lets that go. And a swing and a line drive shot over the head of Morales, heading out into right field, and it gets past Tavera, and it is going to move the runners around. It's going to be a stand-up. It's a double, as it did get past Fuentes. I guess I will not charge her with the, it was a well-hit ball, and just got by her, so I won't charge the error, but it does move Zambrano to third and Fuentes to second on that double. A well-hit ball, line drive shot out over right field. So 2 outs, but 2 runners on. 11-3 is your score. And Coach Stephen McCraw taking a timeout to go out to settle his girls down. I'm sure he's telling them, well, you just need to hang on. Don't lose your heads. Get the 3rd out. Because Hobbs is threatening to blow it wide open right here, as they're down by 8 runs. But they're a team who can make that disappear pretty quickly when they get into the groove. And they've got runners at 2nd and 3rd now. And they have Kaya Boyle up to the plate. And the first one is going to miss outside for ball 1. Boyle had a single and scored her last time up. She also hit a double. She hit a long fly out to center field. A screamer over third base, but it goes foul. She was way in front of that one, as Boyle's really one of Hobbs' best hitters. She did play a second base and moved over into shortstop after the shortstop graduated last year. Boyle's kind of just a typical coach's kid. You grow up just learning to play whatever position is open in the field, and a lot of times it just makes you a utility infielder and a good all-around player, and she is that. Pretty dependable stick and reliable out in the field as well. A swing and a sharply hit ball goes foul down the third baseline. Another screamer. So it's a 1-2, a 2-2 count now, actually. 2-2 on Boyle. If she can find her way on, Chavez is on deck and Garcia in the hole, as Hobbs wants to break this wide open here. They need 8 runs to tie it, 9 to win it. It's 11-3, bottom of the 7th. And that's going to miss just a little inside, and Sanchez taking a little speed off of that as well, but Boyle did not offer. So 3-2, counts full. Runners on 2nd and 3rd. And a swing and a foul off, out of play off to the right. As Boyle just kind of having to protect the plate, spoil that one off. And the pitch is a chopper. It's going to get over the pitcher, and there's going to be no play left. As, wow, sometimes you don't want to smoke it. Sometimes a chopper that nobody can field in time will do the trick. And Boyle hit it. So she's got an infield single. And an RBI. So Zambrano comes in, Fuentes moves over to third, Boyle's on first. So runners at the corners and a run scored, 11-4 now, 2 outs. And Edith Chavez to the plate. Chavez, an RBI double, a fly out, and a beautiful ball over the plate, but low. So ball number 1 on Chavez, as Boyle hit a chopper that just left nobody with a throw or play. And here is a high fly ball. O'Geen calls it, drifts over towards the Hobbs dugout. She has it, and that's how the game ends, as Chavez pops up to position 3 for out number 3, and Lovington has the win. 3 outs, 11-4 is your final score here. Hobbs losing this one. They just fell early on. Lovington had 2 runs in the first, and then they had a breakout inning where they just hit. There were no errors in that second inning for Hobbs, but Lovington's bats got swinging, and they just were on a roll, and they drove in 6 runs in that inning. 2 from the first. They added another in the 5th and 2 more in the 6th for their runs. And Hobbs' 4 runs came in 1 in the 4th, 2 in the 6th, and 1 in the 7th. Hobbs also, I think there was only 1 walk issued by either pitcher, and that was Sanchez, who had 1 walk. Sanchez with no strikeouts, I don't believe. There were, I think, Chavarria ended up with 6 strikeouts in the game in the losing effort. Again, 11-4 final score. So I did not end up, but right before I leave, I got dinged. I'm going to see what the final score was. The Hobbs girls won their game today against Carlsbad 71-38, but the Hobbs boys lost to Sandia 74-39 final. So the Hobbs boys out of the state tournament. The Hobbs girls will move on and will play for the championship on Saturday. I believe that game starts at 2 o'clock at the Pit in Albuquerque, and I believe they're going to be going up against number 2 Sandia girls, the only team that beat Hobbs in the regular season this year. So it's turning out to be a good one. Congratulations, the Hobbs boys. A very fine baseball, a fine basketball season this year under head coach Ronald Ross. Just going to fall a little short of what they wanted, but the Hobbs girls with a chance to take another state title. So that's going to do it for here. I'm Dawn Morgan signing off. Thank you very much. You've been watching and listening to Hobbs and Lovington softball here from Hobbs on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Thanks to Evie Stuber for monitoring audio and video for us, and that's it. We will continue. We're early on in the softball and baseball season, so we will have more coverage of those teams and sports coming up for you on our various platforms and stations. And thank you very much. Good night.